even had I dropped onto a knee at that moment to try to grab Nikki, it's real possible I could have been, the second fatality on that bridge.
Family wants answers after a routine walk around the neighborhood ended in the death of their beloved pet. KDKA investigates, just learning that the city of Pittsburgh is now using a third party to investigate who's responsible for the dog's electrocution.
KDKA investigator Meghan Schiller sat down with the couple who wanted to share more about their dog, Nikki.
We did a lot of things together. Matter of fact, we did everything together.
Nikki's bed still sits on the family's hardwood floor, her squeaky shark just within reach. Her owners fight through the grief in hopes that speaking up will lead to answers.
I hope so.
Well,
I really hope so.
It should, because it should never have happened.
No,
I mean, what happened to the dog and her electrocution and death is just not, it's not good enough that, I'm the one that's affected by it. I mean, it has to, you're right, it has to go up the chain, and the city needs to think clearly about how they keep people safe from electrical shock on a public sidewalk.
Bob and Kathy Robinson-Dasso want everyone to know about Nikki. Electrocuted as she walked across this metal plate on the Murray Avenue Bridge Sunday afternoon. Bob said there were no warning signs.
Ungodly yelping and screaming, and that's when I went in at first to try to pull her away.
At first, he thought his perfectly healthy dog was having a seizure, but when she bit him to keep him away, he believes Nikki saved his life.
Very clearly, that is what I truly believe happened, that she did not want me to get hurt.
It wasn't until later, when they tried to move Nikki's lifeless body, that they realized the cause.
He pulled the dog's leg to move her away so we could transfer her to a tarp to bring her home. Is where we discovered that it was electrical.
The police report says first responders touched a hot stick on the metal plate and confirmed it was energized.
A toddler for sure, but anybody could have dropped something, picked it up, and you sort of hate to say that she kind of gave her life to save somebody else's, and they need to take care of the bridge. And because the other thing, they turned the electricity off, which is fine, except now it's a dark bridge.
KDKA Investigates confirmed the city of Pittsburgh has now launched an investigation with a third party to look into how this happened and who is responsible. We also found out they're focusing on a potential issue with the nearby streetlight. The city declined to name the third party or answer our questions about who owns and who is responsible for maintaining the electricity carrying wires along the bridge.
The city is ultimately responsible for the safety of people walking on the sidewalk.
We also uncovered dog owners in the neighborhood say they had previously reported the bridge to 311, some even saying their dogs got zapped. Councilwoman Deb Gross tells us she saw enough reports to flag the city administration for further inspection. Nikki's owners now tell me they're worried that the bridge is unsafe for a different reason, because there's no light illuminating the bridge after dark. And when you're out here, the only sign that something happened is this sawhorse straddling the very spot where Nikki died. Reporting in Squirrel Hill tonight, I'm Meghan Schiller, KDKA News.